Hey guys, it's me Super Tipa. Today we're gonna be playing Undertale Dungeons 2. So I was an OG back in the first Undertale Dungeons. I used to be the head moderator at a point. I used to be like this top guy, the guy next to Bucket. I used to be his best buddy. We used to talk not every day because, to be fair, Bucket ignores most of your DMs, and it was also the case for me. But that didn't stop me from being his friend. Hell no, we were pretty close friends. We worked on Bob Simulator together, and that's kind of about it. So yeah, I was in UTD since day one. I joined the server when it was made, the first server, not the second or the third or the fourth one or any of the fan games like this one. And I've been part of the community for a while. I left also for a long while, and sometimes I return for like a day. But I never really established myself as a forever member of the community. And I realized today that people forgot about me. I went to the Undertale Dungeons 2, this game, which is not the sequel, it's not to be confused with the other Undertale Dungeons 2. This one's a fan game. And when I went to the server, I realized that people didn't know who I was. To them, I wasn't an OG. And look, I just made a really cool Javon Evans reference, and they told me that I was not OG. And it dawned on me. I'm like Candyman. People don't remember me the same way they used to before. Maybe there are stories, scary stories about how I was the cause of the first server getting raided, or the second server being taken over, or the third server being raided again, which that one was actually my fault, and the other two kind of, but not that much. But we won't get into that because I don't want to get in trouble with my fellow UTDians. So we're going to be playing Undertale Dungeons 2. We're going to see how the game has evolved, how the community has evolved. Hopefully I'm able to, enjoy the game the same way I used to before, which I didn't enjoy it at all, but hopefully we can have some fun. And I'm just doing this for my content creator role. Truthfully, I wouldn't be making a video for this if it wasn't just to prove a point. Anyway, let's go. This might be the first ever video that I actually edit. Anyway, the first dungeon, Ruins Easy. Back in the day, Ruins Easy was peak. It was the first dungeon I ever played, obviously, because it was the only thing you could play back then. Back when I played, the walls were not anchored, and well, we only really had this dungeon. So those were old times, dark times as well, but we won't get into that. I mean, if this video gets enough support, maybe I'll make like a utility history video from day one, from my perspective, of course. Holy crap, bro, is a ghost. Bro, this is hot. I still don't understand how that spell works. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. I got him. Get him. What's this? Whoa! Oh! What the fuck? High Vice, can we get it back? Who the fuck is High Vice? Back in my day, we didn't know damn High Vice. We knew Catery, we knew Nine Souls, Raul Tate, we knew obviously our god and savior Bucket, and we kinda knew about me because I was the head mod. And we also knew about Baby Thor, who eventually took over because I let him take over. Yo, what the fuck? We got a bunch of cardboard! We got some cardboard! Got my house ready! Hell yeah. We got some multi-cell option here. Back in my day, we didn't really have multi-cell. You had to do it manually. It was really hard. Those were hard times. But we were used to it because that's what we had back in the day. So something I noticed in UTD2 is that everyone's a fucking fanboy now, and some of them are furries. Back in my day, and I'm not trying to be offensive, okay? I respect any of the people I'm gonna mention. But like back in my day, we used to kill furries with hatchets. Furries were not allowed in UTD. There was a rule specifically against furries. And why is that the case? Well, that's another story for another day. So many people might actually ask for some evidence about me being an OG. Bro, I promise you I'm an OG. You can look at my user here. You can look at my skin here on the corner. You know what that's similar to? It's similar to the guy on the fucking thumbnail. That's right, I'm the guy on the thumbnail. Me. Sheesh, this is an insane upgrade. I'm glad I actually played this. Back in my day, I used to be around I was the head of the table of UTD. I was hanging out with the most important people of the game. I was with Meg, the most famous UTDian ever. I used to be with people like Catery. I used to be with people like Bucket again. I used to be Bucket's little pug chimp. Like, that was me. I was the little pug chimp before all of y'all tried to steal it from me. All the Bucket lasers. And I was in Jeep Master. I was very involved in Jeep Master. I work at Studio now. I don't really do anything. What the fuck? Why is she throwing flies at me? What is that? Those are not fireballs. Those are fucking sperms. What is that? Hey, yo, I got a bunch of flowers. That's UT2. This game is kind of crappy, I'm not gonna lie.